My question's kind of a redevelopment question, but it deals more specifically with the area downtown. I hesitate to block it to the 4 blocks of Spring Street because I think that's limited, but again, right now, that's probably where it needs a lot of work. There's been a lot of money spent down there, doing streetscape and things like that. But the area is failing to launch. Right now, I don't know, I think most activity in the block is in the 400 block, there's maybe 3 retail stores there. The 300 block, other than yourself and Chips, there's nothing there. The 200 block is probably worse than that. And my question is, as mayor in the next 4 years, what is your vision for Spring Street, and how are you going to accomplish that? Are you going to take it all offices and make it just another office row? Maybe, what about try and make this like an artist colony, or make it kind of an eclectic area like Frankfurt Avenue and Bardstown Road? That's my question.
Start. And Fred, I know that you guys are a business owner and you've recently closed your business, and sorry to see that, but I think what we have to do for downtown is we have to recognize and decide what's unique about us. What is it about Jeffersonville that is different from any of the other communities around?
The Ohio River.
Thank you. You get an A. You move up here to the front seat.
That's what I was going to ask about, the Ohio River.
Yeah, look at New Albany. I'm sorry. New Albany has cut themselves off from the river entirely. Somebody in the past made a smart decision and said, this is our gem out here. This is our diamond. So I think we have to decide what it is that we want to be. You know, we shouldn't just let somebody else decide that for us. We decide what we want to be. And I kind of picked up on something you said there about, do we want to be in another Frankfurt Avenue? There wouldn't be anything wrong with that. I really don't want to see us have a bunch of offices down there. I don't think that's a good use of that property. But I'm telling you what, you go down there on a Friday night, and when you have to wait to get in to come back in, or you've got to wait to get into one of those restaurants, I can't help but feeling proud. And I like it when my friends in New Albany say, they're working on theirs. They're getting some good restaurants. A lot of pizza though. But anyway, I think we have to decide what we want to be, and then go after it. And our gemstone is that Ohio River.
My wife and I love Spring Street. It's, we can remember back, I don't know, a dozen years ago when there were a lot of closed up shops down there. My brother actually played a big part in the revitalization down there. He bought and fixed up several buildings. He's long since gone from that type of work, but Spring Street has a great feel to it. The area that you're talking about that needs some attention, I think we're going to know probably more about that in a year from now. You know, the city is in the midst of buying people's property and putting them out. How much of that is going to be remaining at this, 12 months from now? Are there going to be, is all of those businesses still going to be there, or is some of that going to be gone, and are we going to have like a canvas where, okay, now we need to do something with this? What do we do? I don't know what the answer is again. That's where I'm going to want the input from the community. If I lived in the area around Spring Street and I was losing my home and I wanted to live in there, I'd be heartbroken. And I would be fighting just like some of the neighbors down there are fighting. But you're asking a question of me. I'm not sure what it's going to look like 12 months from now. But if it is as it is sits right now, then we need to go after some grant money to fix up some of these businesses. I know there's been some projects where that has been introduced. It's not been active enough. The reason why it hadn't been active enough is people don't have the money to put in there. I'm not going to fault Tom for the bad economy. I'm also not going to heap praise on Tom when the economy was great and things were bustling down there. It takes private individuals who are willing to take a risk and invest money down there. I think we've got a great start on what we've got on Spring Street now. We just need to push it on further up. The river itself, you know, one of the big themes I'm playing up, I think I would love to see a new style marina. I think our boat docks are a little sad. You don't like that?
I love Jeffersonville. I don't want you to make it a big news.
I'm not trying to make it something it's not.
I'm sorry.
I think, no, that's fine.
Personal.
That's fine. I think our boat docks though need some attention.
I don't know.
We
Corps
love.
of Engineers has something to say about that though, doesn't it?
Corps of Engineers will have everything to say about that. You go and talk to them. You know, we love the fact that we go down to the river stage and watch a concert down there and watch the boats go by. I'm a little bit concerned with the size of the new boat coming in. Is that gonna overtake the size or the view of the river when you're sitting down there? I don't know.
Is there a new boat coming in?
There is a new boat that's
I knew
already
they
been
were talking
purchased.
about it. Has it
We
been
love,
done?
we love the existing.
Oh, you did.
So, but, you know, let's wait and see, and then let's get together again a year from now and talk about it. Okay?
I'm excited about the potential for Jeffersonville with we've got the grant now for the walking bridge. That's going to be probably completed in about 2 years. Me and my wife own Perfection's Coffee and Cafe. I don't know if you all knew that or not. So, you know, we've been struggling downtown. It's been tough, and when gasoline went to $4 a gallon the last time, it was all we could do to keep the doors open. But we was able to make it through that storm, and we're getting ready to have that happen again. I think once the walking bridge gets done, that's going to bring people from Louisville over to check out our great little town. And I think then they'll make it like a little loop. They'll hit the Greenaway, and I think it'll be a destination. I think just that bridge alone is going to make all the difference for downtown. And then I don't like high taxes or high sewer bills. And if we didn't have to do anything about the canal, I'd be thrilled. But we've got to do something about it. I think it's a pretty good plan, as we talked about. Once the canal is completed, we're going to have, what I envision is, we're going to have nice shops like coffee shops, maybe bookstores and stuff like that, and hopefully maybe apartments above them, so we can get a lot of people living down there. But and then eventually we'll have a convention center. I think it's probably, and of course that'll be paid for in private business. We're not going to have the taxpayers pay for that. But I think that we're set in a pretty good position with the Yum Center being built. Everybody wants to come downtown. The Ohio River is the greatest thing we can have down there. And something you mentioned about New Albany's got their riverfront screwed up. A little bit it's got to do with geographic height of what New Albany is. I don't know that New Albany could, if they took their flood wall out, I think then the city would flood all the time. So I think it's just the way the city sits with the river. Jarrettsville is fortunate to be sitting just perfectly in a situation where you don't have to worry about that. We don't have to have a flood wall we got to look over. So really it's got a lot to do with just geographic positioning where Jeff is versus New Albany, I believe. But anyway, I'm excited. I think that once we get that Big Four bridge, get that going, I think nothing but good things are going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt it.
In 1996, the recommendation from a lot of people, if I'd have been listening to them, was to bulldoze Spring Street. You can't do anything with those old buildings, you gotta get rid of them, build new buildings and the whole nine yards. Well, we didn't take that advice. We listened to some other people. And we bought 3 buildings down there, got them turned around, started getting some development down there, got some streetscape, and we worked very tirelessly to develop Spring Street. Riverside Drive, down by the hotel, there was nothing there except Towboat Annie's, and that was an eyesore. Back where Macaulay Nicholas is at, there was nothing there. There was an old piggyback yard, and the only thing that was there was tourism. We developed all of that by doing good practices. It was a win for the business and it was a win for the city. Downtown Jeff, with the pedestrian bridge coming down and dropping down on Pearl Street, Pearl and Chestnut, is going to bring a lot of traffic to Spring Street, and that's what it needs. It needs people down there. We bought the trolleys so that we could bring people from the restaurants and bring them downtown so they could come down and shop. We need shops to stay open later, and we need a lot of diversity down there because we can't have all restaurants. Shimp's does very well, and they've done very well. We need other stores down there to diversify it so that we can get people to come down there and shop. We want people to spend $50 a month in 3 different stores. It's real simple. You take $50 and you spend it here, here, and here every month, and the businesses downtown will thrive. That's a program we want to see happen because it's important to us. Because at the end of Spring Street is the river. And you all like the theater barge? You think it's a nice asset down there? It is, because it brings a lot of people downtown. And we're getting a new one because that one has problems and it's sinking. And we don't want that to happen. So that's why when we got the opportunity to buy this one, we did. And we think it will bring more people and be a greater asset than what we've already got. It was an experiment when we started with the theater barge, like everything else you do, because you don't know whether it'll work or it won't. But you do the best analysis you can. You try to make sure you what if it to where you understand what the problems are, and then you make a decision. We've done that. We think Spring Street is very good. It's a lot better than it was in '96, but it could be a lot better. But it takes all of us. And the commitment is not just to put somebody down there. It's to go shop down there, spend your money downtown, and invest in your downtown. And with the canal, the one thing that came out of that is they want to put more people, move more people down on the canal. And they want to take the grocery store we got and enhance that so more people shop there. They can shop real close to their home. So those are the kind of things you do to create economic development, but also improve your community.
I believe your question was, what are we going to do about Spring Street and what's our vision? Well, to be honest with you, I love our historic Spring Street. I think it looks great. We've done a lot of work with it. There's still a little bit more that we need to do. But the number one thing is to get more businesses to come down there. And my vision and how I would like to see our historic Spring Street is just like Bardstown Road. You know, just having just a bunch of people just going in and out, nice restaurants. And that's just going to take a lot of work from the city. And we need to go ahead and get some grants to try to help start off companies, to be able to kind of move down there and get them started. And that's the direction I'd like to see it. Like I say, it's a beautiful downtown, and we do have the Ohio River. We have everything put in place. We just need to work hard to get people to come into the shops.